Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today between the Los Angeles Angels and the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes, so let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Monday, everyone. On the thumb, on the left, one of the best center fielders of all time, Mike Trout, and the best center fielder in the game right now, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Los Angeles Angels. Leading off for the Angels at shortstop, Zach Neto. Batting second, playing third base, Denser Guzman. Batting third, playing first base, Nolan Shonowell. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing for Angels, Jorge Soler. Batting fifth, playing left field, Wade Meckler. Batting sixth, playing right field, Joe Adele. Batting seventh, playing second base, Oswald Peraza. Batting eighth, playing center field, Josh Lowe. And batting ninth, catching today for the Angels, Logan O'Hoppe. And on the mound for the Angels with a 1-2 record, ERA of 8.84, it is Ryan Johnson. And now let's get into the starting lineups for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, playing center field, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, DHing, welcome back to the lineup, the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting fifth, playing first base, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting sixth, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting seventh, playing second base, Cole Clutch Young. Batting eighth, playing right field, Victor Robles. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for the Mariners, the phenom, Colt Emerson. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 6-7 record, ERA of 3.94, it is Furious George Kirby. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. And a quick injury report, which I don't think anyone is going to be mad at. Rob Refsnyder, the worst player on the team, is on the 10-day injured list with right knee inflammation. I know for a lot of us, we would, gladly cut him or send him to AAA, but at least we don't have to worry about playing him, for the next few weeks. I hope that he does get better. I don't wish him any ill will on that knee. But again, definitely has been a weak link in our lineup. And again, to replace him, we end up getting the Giants' Buddy Kennedy. Obviously not a great player in Buddy Kennedy, but again, I don't know if Buddy is going to get a chance to play at all in the near future, but this is who's on the roster for Rob Refsnyder at the moment. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. Spokane in the building. What's good? Daniel in the building. What is good? All day in the building. What's good? And And as we know, the Seattle Mariners are in their 50th anniversary, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. So every stream this season, we will dedicate it to one of my favorites of all time, Rick Riz. Trident's up. Let's go M's. And hopefully Dan Wilson's managing will be better than it was in that last game with a 4-1 lead, giving up 5 runs late, going with back-to-back AAA pitchers, and us losing the game. Probably our top 2 loss of the year besides the Jose Ferrer, Andres Munoz meltdown against the Padres earlier in the year when we ended up giving up 4 to 5 runs in the 9th and losing that game. Very similar way that we blew that game yesterday, and hopefully we can put that in the rear view mirror, but it definitely still stings. And again, Jerry Dipoto and Dan Wilson, with the talent that, we have, they're just not good enough. Are they going to fire either one of those guys? No. They're going to hang on to both of them for as long as they possibly can. And honestly, if they're going to fire one, they definitely would fire Dan before they fire Dipoto. So, but again, I don't assume that's going to happen anytime in the near future. But again, we just got to do the very best that we can. And honestly, with as thin as we are in the bullpen, right? With no Carlos Vargas for the whole year, right? Matt Brash and Cooper Criswell. We desperately need them, and it shows. Why not call up Cade Anderson? I know they want to ease him slowly, but if we keep losing games based off our bullpen play, when you got Ryan Sloan and Cade Anderson that could immediately help, especially if they're only going to be pitching a half inning, I really do believe that both of those guys would be doing much better than a majority of the guys that we have. And honestly, they might even do better at times than Jose Ferrer, Gabe Spire, and Edward Bizardo, who are supposedly our top 3 guys in the pen, since we have no Brash, no Cooper Criswell, and no Carlos Vargas. But again, the Mariner organization will not call those guys up until they feel that they're ready. But how many games are we going to continue to lose with poor bullpen play before they pull the trigger? And obviously they would go with Cade first before they end up going with Sloan. Sloan probably won't be until next year. But again, we know Cade is going to get called up this year, but based on how we've been playing lately, why not call him up now? I mean, we need him. Our bullpen stinks. And if, with that being said, we still have a top 6 bullpen and a top 6 starting pitching staff, but AAA pitchers, not ideal. First pitch from Kirby to Neto, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Parker in the building, what's good? Doug and Tony in the building, what's good? Jerry and Nathan in the building, what's good? 0-1 pitch from Kirby, big swing and a miss. Good start here for George. No balls and 2 strikes with back-to-back sweepers hitting. And Neto 1 swing away from getting a good punch out here for Kirby. Barbie in the building, what's good? And again, they interviewed Dan Wilson after the game and said that Jose Ferrer was not available because he pitched in back-to-back games. But again, Hoppy would have been able to do better than Simpson, and that's who they swapped for. And even Hoppy, probably our worst guy in the pen. We saw, obviously, with Rucker and Simpson, they were much worse. And there's no excusing that, period. Pitch fouled off there by Neto. No balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Neto. 0-2 pitch. Neto with a blooper. Right in between the gap there in left and center. Randy not even hustling. And Julio finally getting to the ball. And a stand-up double there for Zach Neto. Neto with a double right in between the gap between Randy and Julio. And hopefully we don't get too many ground balls towards Randy because we know he won't really hustle. And he won't throw a laser to the infield. He'll just lob it. So you got to avoid those baseballs unless they're pop-ups to Randy Orosarena. All right, next up in the 2-hole, third baseman Denser Guzman. On deck is Nolan Shonowell. First pitch from Kirby to Guzman. Crushes it into right field, out of play with a sweeper. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, little dribbler up the middle, and runner is coming home. Yikes. 1-0 already, Angels. Come on, Mariners. And hopefully, based on what happened last night, doesn't carry over till today. But after fouling off that first pitch, Guzman with a nice little dribbler right up the middle. Diving attempt there by Josh Naylor, but he can't get to it in time. And Guzman with an RBI. And just like that, 1-0 Angels. Not the ideal start. Next up is Nolan Shawnuel. First pitch popped up and out of play. Sweeper, 87 miles an hour, 0-1 count. And we definitely need to limit the damage. We need Kirby to give up 3 runs or less. We need to score 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, and that usually will put us in a good position to compete, let alone win. We just got to 4 for the very first time in 12 or 13 games. Prior to that, scoring 0 to 3, so something's got to give. We're at home now, so we got to play better. And double play, throw to first, got him. Beautiful double play. Cole Young to Colt Emerson to Josh Naylor, and that is 2 away. Great job there by Young and Emerson. A dynamic duo, the CNC Factory, at least playing a little bit of defense for us. Good job. Next up in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler. On deck is Wade Meckler. Come on, Kirby. Top of the first inning with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch into Kirby to Soler. Takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Soler. 0-2 pitch, low and away. Sinker just missing the corner, not getting the call. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Soler. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. One-two pitch popped up behind the plate and out of play. Count still remains 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Soler. And we know obviously Kirby and Wu have not been their regular selves this season, which is a little disappointing. Miller and Hancock and Gilbert as of late have been a little bit better, even though Gilbert started off pretty rough. And Castillo is the worst pitcher on the staff, but he did have a really excellent start a few days ago. Pitch is low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Soler. Another sweeper missing there. 2-2 pitch from Kirby into the dirt. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Soler. But at least with Rob Refsnyder with the knee soreness on the 10-day IL, we won't have to worry about playing Rob for the next couple weeks, which is great. I don't really know if we're going to get any playing time from the new addition, but we will find out. 3-2 pitch, little dribbler towards JP. Strong throw to first, little wide to Naylor. And Naylor hanging on just barely off the wide throw by JP Crawford. That would have been a terrible error by JP. Naylor bailing him out. Good thing Naylor has long arms and long legs to be able to maneuver his body, and that is out number 3. Can't wait for Brandon Donovan to come back and play third base. Need someone that's going to be able to make a little bit more accurate throws to Josh Naylor. All right, after an uneventful start with Guzman with his single to right, past Josh Naylor and Neto scoring from second, a 1-0 deficit. We got to get on the board early and often. Leading off for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first. I'm glad that we're back home at T-Mobile, not only for this series, but also for the next against the Blue Jays. I will be there for the 4th of July. That'll be the only game that I miss moving forward for the rest of the year. But I'm really looking forward to getting the bucket hat and hopefully seeing the Mariners win on the 4th of July. Leadoff hitter, third baseman, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, DHing, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. And I like the idea of sliding Cal lower in the lineup, who's in the lineup in the 6-hole again, and Dom in the 3. Dom has been the better hitter. Obviously still, working out the kinks with the tweaked hamstring. That's why he's not in right field today. But again, I do like the idea of the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone, at the 3-hole. 39 subs to go to 24,400. Shout out to our female audience, as well as all of our new subs, as well as everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. So looking for our first dono on our dono train. And let's see where we're at on the likes with 105 in the room for this late evening broadcast. We're at 32. Good start. 68 to go. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch from Ryan Johnson into JP Crawford is in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Mike in the building, what's good? Yeah, obviously with the trade for Jaw, they only gave up 2 players, Murray and obviously Jeremy Grant. Sounds like they're going to end up moving some of the other individuals, maybe Scoot, Shaden Sharp, and a few others. So obviously we're definitely front loaded right now with a lot of guards, but if it ends up being Ja Morant, Damian Lillard, Klingon, Denny Advia, and they can try to pick up Jaylen Brown, Kawhi Leonard, or Aaron Gordon, then the starting 5 actually looks pretty good. I do know that Ja is kind of a knucklehead, and he's a guy that might get in trouble off the court, which is not ideal, with the whole jailblazer mantra from back in the day, but we'll see where it goes. 2-2 pitch, a little dribbler up the middle by JP, throw to first, and that is 1 away. But I think it was pretty shocking for a lot of us in the Pacific Northwest. And again, who knows? They may end up trading him away. There's no guarantee that he stays, but I assume that they probably will keep him, and we'll see where they go from there. Next up for the Mariners in the 2-hole, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. We got to take advantage of Ryan Johnson. First pitch, big swing and a miss for Julio. 0-1 count. 1-2 record, ERA of 8.84, and he's not a lefty, so there's no excuses. We should be able to get to 4 to 5 runs a day, you would assume. 0-1 pitch, high and inside. Takes a sweeper inside for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 0-2 pitch, a little dribbler over the pitcher's head. Throw to first, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Got to be able to get some of those hits past the infield. Next up in the 3-hole, DHing the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Callie in the building. What's good? First pitch in there to Dominic Canzone for a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Dom. 0-1 pitch, little dribbler, same spot, same place, same result. And that is 3 up and 3 down as a little slow dribbler, in between first and second again. And again, not exactly what you want to see out of JP, Julio, and Dom all in the same kind of area there with a little dribbler. But again, hopefully we'll get better as the game continues. Spokane with a 10er. Appreciate you getting us started on our dono train. We're at 10. Appreciate you very much. And we're at 10 on the dono train, 90 to go. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. End of the first inning, 1-0 Angels. Let's see who's up here next up for the Angels here in the top of the second inning. All right, next up for the Angels in the 5-hole, left fielder Wade Meckler. Batting second in the 6-hole, right fielder Joe Adell. And we all remember what happened in that second game when we should have had 3 home runs and we ended up losing 1-0. And we had 3 home runs robbed by Joe Adell. And hopefully that'll never happen again. And batting third in the 7-hole, second baseman Oswald Peraza. And on the mound for the Mariners, coming into the game, 6-7 record, ERA of 3.94. Not really what we were expecting this season out of Kirby or Woo, but we got to do the best that we can. George Kirby. End of the first inning, 1-0 Angels. 39 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 10 on the dono train. Spokane the MVP early on. See where we're at on the lights here early as we go to the top of the second inning. We're at 40 likes, 60 to go. And since we end up having a World Cup matchup, they didn't want to have too much traffic. Since we know Seahawks and Mariners are across the street from each other based on where they play. So with that being said, we're going to have a game today, a game tomorrow. Wednesday will be off. And then they'll be playing the Angels on Thursday. And normally that never happens in a series, but when you have something like the World Cup, they want to make sure the traffic is limited. So that way it's not, even if they were going to play earlier in the afternoon, they could have had the game late at night and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but that's what they're going to be doing this week. First pitch from Kirby to Meckler, sinker, high and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away with a sweeper, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kirby to Meckler. 1-1 pitch, knuckle curve, 84 miles an hour, low and away, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Meckler. Let's go, George. Rebecca in the building, Angry in the building. What's good? Yeah, but again, we've had injuries and poor managing. And again, we just have to be happy that we're not 15 games below 500 based on all the things that have happened. Big swing and a miss, low and away. Sweeper, 87 miles an hour, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 6th hole, right fielder Joe Adell. On deck is Oswald Peraza. And a line drive to Julio. There we go. Nice catch there by Julio in center field. No fly zone. Always reliable. And that is 2 up and 2 down. Great job there by Julio Rodriguez. Next up in the 7th hole, Oswald Peraza. On deck, Josh Lowe. First pitch to Peraza, high and away, sinker missing, 1-0 count. Breakfast for dinner is always a win. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes from Kirby to Peraza. I love me a Belgian waffle. No disrespect to the Eggos, but once you go Belgian waffle, hard to go back to the Eggos. 2-0 pitch. Broken bat, little line drive up the middle. Young is there, throw to first, and that is 3 up and 3 down. Good job there by Cole Clutch Young, even with the broken bat. And again, anything that goes to his location more times than not, he'll end up making the play. Good job there by Cole Clutch Young. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning and let's get on the board. The longer that we stay at 0, it's going to be harder to be able to get things going. So, especially after the meltdown yesterday. Next up for the Mariners in the 4-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second in the 5-hole, first baseman Josh Naylor. And batting third in the 6-hole, catcher Big Dumper Cal Raleigh. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Just finished an ultra marathon. Brooks did 100 miles with no sleep, going from the morning until the next day. Unbelievable effort, passion, and determination. He ran a one that was a little bit less, about 70 miles, a few months ago. So to go from 70 to go to 100, very inspiring. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 39 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 10 on the dono train because of Spokane. Appreciate you. And let's see where we're at on the likes here as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. All right, we're at 45. We're almost at the halfway point. 55 to go. '50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. Every stream we will dedicate it to one of my favorites of all time, besides Dave Niehaus, Rick Riz. We love you. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. And normally we don't bust out the Mariner Moose this early, but we need all the luck that we can get. First pitch into Randy Arozarena, takes a strike, looking right down the middle, sinker 91 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. I mean, especially when we have a pitcher that we're going against that's got an ERA of almost 9. I mean, there's no excuses. We have to be able to get home runs. We have to be able to get RBIs. We have to get hits. And they just showed after our 8-game win streak, we are dead last, obviously, in hitting. And, we definitely got to get back to where we were then. 1-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. And I really do believe, once Brendan Donovan gets reinserted into the lineup, that's really going to give us that jolt that we're, really needing. And again, not only will it help us defensively at third, but offensively, I believe, too. 1-2 pitch, low and away. Sinker missing there by Ryan Johnson. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. And I need to see some bunts. We need to be able to run the bags very well like we did in that last game, but we need hits, RBIs, home runs, pulling bags, bunts, everything. And that's flied out into left field, and that is 1 away. We also need to be patient in the box, which we started to do in those last few games, and hopefully that'll continue here today. Randy flies out to left, and that is 1 away. Next up is Nails, Josh Naylor. On deck is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. First pitch into Naylor, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. .1-0 pitch, hard hit ball into left field, fading out of play. Sinker 93 miles an hour there by Ryan Johnson. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Angels, with Guzman singling to right, Neto scoring, making it a 1-0 lead for Los Angeles. 1-1 pitch fouled off towards first base, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. Splitter 85 miles an hour there by Ryan Johnson. One ball and 2 strikes from Johnson to Naylor. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Cutter just missing there by Johnson. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. 2-2 pitch. Little dribbler towards first. Stays fair. Toe tap on the bag, and that is 2 away. Kind of an awkward delivery there by Ryan Johnson. Not a traditional, throwing motion, and hopefully we'll be able to adjust. Ryan Johnson on the mound. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. And obviously Cal, can say the words, that everyone needs to play better, but that was on Dan Wilson, by putting in 2 AAA pitchers back to back. If he doesn't do that, we win the game, and again, everyone, played well. The base running was good. We had hits, we had RBIs, defense was pretty good, and again, it was that meltdown, kind of similar to that Padre game in San Diego, when we were up by 4 or 5 runs and, gave up, 4 or 5 in the 9th and lost that game with, Munoz and Jose Ferrer in that particular matchup. So yesterday's loss was definitely top 2 worst of the season, with the Padres right there at number 1. So anytime you give up 4 or 5 runs in the 8th or the 9th, it's unexcusable. 2-1 pitch, low and away. Count now is favorable for the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. Three-one pitch in there for a strike. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Cutter right down the middle, 90 miles an hour. Three-two pitch, and Cal pops it up. Little blooper in the shallow left, and caught, and that is out number 3. End of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. All right, let's see who's up next here for Los Angeles as we go to the top of the third inning. Next up for the Angels, in the 8-hole center fielder, Josh Lowe. Batting second in the 9-hole, catcher Logan Ohapi. And batting third, 1-for-1 with a run, shortstop Zach Neto. Try to ends up. Let's go M's. $39 subs to go to 24,400. Looks like you gained a couple since the commercial break. Appreciate you. 37 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 10 on the Dono train, 90 to go because of Spokane. Appreciate you. And let's see where we're at on the likes. Shout out to all our new subs, our female audience, as well as all of our OGs on the channel, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. We are global. And we're at 56 likes. Good start. 44 to 100. And we're going to need the Mariner Moose more than ever. So we're going to have a game tonight, a game tomorrow, World Cup game on Wednesday. So they decided not to schedule the Mariners on the same day. And then we play the Angels on Thursday. And then obviously we'll start a new set against the Blue Jays on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then obviously on the 4th of July, I will be in Seattle at T-Mobile for the Blue Jays and the Mariners. But that should be the only game that I won't be doing on stream for the rest of the year. But definitely looking forward to the game, and hopefully I'll be able to get a foul ball. First pitch is popped up and out of play. Sweeper 86 miles an hour right down the middle, 0-1 count. Julie in the building, what's good? One pitch, fouled off into left field, out of play. Four-seam fastball there by Kirby. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Los Angeles. 0-2 pitch, high and away. Sinker missing there by Kirby. 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the third, 1-0 Angels. 1-2 pitch. Little dribbler towards first and out of play. Foul. Knuckle curve, 84 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Lowe. Kirby on the mound. Josh Lowe in the box. 1-2 pitch. Another hard hit ball towards first base and foul. Out of play. Sweeper 87 miles an hour to Josh Lowe. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the third, 1-0 Angels. Come on, Kirby. Try dance up. Let's go M's. 1-2 pitch. And a hard hit ball into left field, out of play. Long at bat here for Josh Lowe. Rangers beating the Guardians 6-3. Not exactly what we want to see. We obviously want to see the Astros, Rangers, Angels, and Athletics lose games as much as possible for our divisional record. Popped up into left field. Randy Arozarena is there, and that is 1 away. Next up is Logan O'Hoppe. Michael in the building. What's good? On deck is Zach Neto. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch from Kirby to O'Hoppe. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. Sinker 97 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Hard hit ball into left field. Oh, thankfully foul. Last thing that we need is a line drive home run and to be down 2-0. No balls and 2 strikes to Logan O'Hoppe. All day says we're at 63, 37 to go, 142 in the room. Come on, George. And I don't think anyone anticipated Kirby and Wu being this bad this season. But we also didn't anticipate Hancock and Miller being this great. So I guess there's kind of a give and a take. And then obviously we all knew Castillo would be the worst, out of the 6 pitchers. But did look good a couple days ago. Got to give him that. 1-2 pitch, low and away. Knuckle curve going into the dirt. Good smother job there by Cal. 85 miles an hour, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Angels. Come on, Kirby. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. There we go. And we haven't seen too many of those lately. A nice punch out by George Kirby. Tried ends up. Way to bring a little bit of electricity there. And that is 2 away. Good job, George. Down goes O'Hoppe, striking out, swinging. Next up, leadoff hitter, shortstop, 1 for 1 with a run. Zach Neto. On deck is Denser Guzman. First pitch to Neto, hard hit ball, deep left field, back, gone. Yikes. And just like that, 2-0 Angels. And obviously with the Mike Trout injury, they rely on guys like Neto to get the job done, and he has stepped up. 18 home runs now on the season for Zach Neto. I mean, we can't have Kirby give up that much more, considering the lack of depth in our bullpen. Next up is Denser Guzman. On deck is Nolan Shonowell. Defense has got to try to bail him out, but, we need our bats to come alive. And no matter what the record is, the Angels always play us well. It doesn't matter, if they're 30 games below 500, they always match up very, very well against the Mariners. First pitch from Kirby to Guzman, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, little line drive, and Young is there, and that is out number 3. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Mariners, and we have to respond. We have to get on the board. I mean, even if it's just 1, and keep pace with this Angel team. Next up in the 7-hole, second baseman Cole Clutch Young. Batting second in the 8-hole, right fielder Victor Robles. Drop a bunt down. And batting third in the 9-hole, shortstop phenom Colt Emerson. Trident's up. Let's go, Ems. $37 subs to go to 24,400. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 35 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 10 on the dono train, 90 to go. Let's see how close we are to 100 likes with 142 in the room. We are at 76. We're almost there. $24 more to get to 100. Shout out to our female audience, all our new subs, as well as all of our OGs on the channel, as well as everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Got to be able to rough up Ryan Johnson. I mean, hell, if we can't rough up a guy that's got an ERA of almost 9, I mean, how are we going to score? We got to find a way. First pitch takes a strike, looking low and away. Sinker 90 miles an hour by Ryan Johnson, 0-1 count. 1-2 record with an 8.84 ERA. No excuses, Mariners. 0-1 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Johnson to Young. 1-1 pitch. High and away. Good take there. Sinker 91 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike to Colt Clutch Young. Two-one pitch, another ball there to Young. 3 balls and 1 strike to Colt Clutch Young. 3-1 pitch. Gets the corner for a strike. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Johnson to Young. Back. Come on, let's go. Cole Young getting the job done with a big home run. Let's go. Solo dinger for Cole Young. Unbelievable. And that's exactly what we needed. Great job there by Cole Young. Bringing the electricity. 2-1 Angels. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Beautiful home run there by Cole Clutch Young. And again, it doesn't matter if it just barely goes over the wall. It only goes into the front row. A home run is a home run. Great job. Hell yeah. We needed that. Next up is Victor Robles. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. And out of play into the 5th row. Bouncing all the way back to the 20th row. Great souvenir for that fan out there. No balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Rebecca in the building. What's good? And again, the longer that we sit at a 2-0 deficit, the harder it is going to, come back, considering what happened last night. And again, we normally don't bust out the Mariner Moose early, but it worked. Great job there by Cole Young. Solo dinger. 2-1 Angels. 0-2 pitch. And Robles pops up into right. I would have liked to seen Robles bunt in that at-bat, but hopefully he will later in the game. And that is 1 away as he flies out to right. Now let's see if the other part of the CNC factory, the rookie phenom, Colt Emerson, can do what Cole Young just did. And let's see if he can hit a home run and tie this game up. Let's go, Colt. Great job there by Cole Young. One of my favorite players, if not my favorite player on the team at the moment. Love me some Julio, love me some Cal, but again, I really love Cole Young and Colt Emerson. And, it's just great to be able to have some young players, that are balling out early in their careers, and they're only going to get better. First pitch there from Johnson to Emerson, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Takes a ball there to Emerson, low and away. 1-1 pitch, popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Colt Emerson. Come on, Colt. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss there for Colt. That is 2 away. Next up, third baseman J.P. Crawford. Let's go, JP. First pitch to JP Crawford, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. Really, really happy that we ended up getting on the board. You know, the longer you sit at that 2-0, 4, 5, 6, 7 innings, you start to lose a little bit of hope. You still know that you can come back in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, but you don't want it to come to that. And I'm really proud of Cole Young getting that homer. 2-1 Angels. Pitch fouled off there by JP. No balls and 2 strikes from Johnson to Crawford. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Johnson to JP Crawford. And again, Ryan Johnson, 1-2 record, ERA of 8.84. There's no excuses. We got to rough him up. 1-2 pitch to JP. Big swing and a miss. And that is out number 3. But not after. Cole Clutch Young coming up big with that big solo dinger. Too bad we didn't have someone else on base, prior to that, but, we'll take it. Great job there by Cole Clutch Young since he was the leadoff hitter in that inning. All right, end of the 3rd inning, 2-1 Angels. Now let's see who's up next as we go to the top of the 4th. Next up for the Angels, 0-for-1 in the 3-hole, first baseman Nolan Shonowell. Batting second in the 4-hole, 0-for-1 DHing Jorge Soler. And batting third, 0-for-1 with a K, left fielder Wade Meckler. Trident's up, let's go M's. 35 subs go to 24,400. And we gain 3 more subs. 32 subs to go now to 24,400. We're at 10 on the Dono train because of Spokane. Appreciate you. 90 to go. And let's see where we're at on the likes. We're at 88. We're almost there. 88 likes. Only 12 more to get to 100. You haven't smashed that like button yet? Please do. Trident's up. Let's go M's. TJ in the building. What's good? Jack in the building. What's good? And Rob Refsnyder on the 10-day IL, which isn't going to bother any one of us Mariner fans. Right knee inflammation. I hope he gets better, but, he shouldn't be on the team as it is anyways. And then we end up getting Buddy Kennedy, who's not really that very good of a player either, but he's on the roster. Don't know if he'll get any playing time, but I hope Rob gets better, but again, definitely should be a player that we should have cut or sent to AAA months ago. But at least we don't have to worry about Rob in the lineup for the next few weeks, which will be hopefully a blessing. First pitch from Kirby to Shonowell, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, line drive to Naylor, flip back to Kirby, toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 up and 1 down. Next up in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler, and on deck in the 5-hole, left fielder Wade Meckler. Let's go, George. Top of the 4th inning, 2-1 Los Angeles. First pitch from Kirby to Soler, high and away with a sinker, 95 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch. Line drive up the middle, and it skates through for a hit all the way to Randy Arozarena in left field, and Jorge Soler with a single to left. Next up in the 5-hole, left fielder Wade Meckler. On deck is Joe Adell. Really wish, Kirby and Woo would be the Kirby and Woo, of last year and beyond, where they're dominant and they're our top two guys or top three, usually with Gilbert. But, I'm really happy that Hancock and Bryce Miller have gotten better, but just crazy to see, how bad Kirby and Woo have been overall this season. We expect a lot more out of those two guys. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees, but gets the strike zone. And that's being challenged there by Meckler. And the Angels are going to lose that challenge. The call is confirmed. No balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Meckler. Oh, it is overturned. I didn't know if that was going to end up being 0-2 count, but it looks like it was low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wade Meckler. Call is overturned by the ump there at home. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wade Meckler. Yeah, we definitely do. I mean, since our 8-game win streak, we're, one of the lowest, batting teams in baseball, which is no surprise to us. I mean, we've been watching it. So, we finally got over the 3-run hump and got to 4, but then Dan Wilson ruined it by bringing in 2 AAA pitchers late, and our 4-1 lead disappeared. And another hit given up by Kirby. Ridiculous. What is going on here? And Meckler with a hit. Now we got runners at first and second with 1 out. We're going to need a double play. But again, it's a number of things, the lack of hitting, the lack of pitching, the lack of a bullpen, the injuries, base running, usually not being that great. I mean, there's a lot of things that have gone wrong, this season that normally don't, and we just got to be able to tread water and do the best that we can with this adversity that we're facing. And it's probably the most adversity that this Mariner organization has ever had based off the talent that's on the team. It's just crazy. But something's got to give, and hopefully after the All-Star break, things will get better. Next up is Joe Adell. Yeah, offense did their job yesterday. It was obviously the back-to-back, AAA pitchers in the pen. Adell with a little slow dribbler. Give me the double play. Throw to first. Got him! Let's go! And after Kirby giving up hit after hit after hit, we got a couple double plays already to bail him out. And again, when you got Cole Young and Colt Emerson, that double plays can happen. And we got to bail out our pitchers like Kirby and Woo as much as possible, considering how things have gone lately. Great job by the defense, again, bailing out George Kirby. Great double play. All right, let's see who's up next for the Mariners. And we need some fucking home runs. Let's go. Next up, in the 2-hole, center fielder, it's J-Rod, 0 for 1, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting second, in the 3-hole, DHing, it's the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 0 for 1, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. It would have been nice if they would have brought in Ferrer, but again, they said they had him already pitch in those first 2 games, and they didn't want him to go 3 days in a row. I get that, but again, they could have had Bizzardo go longer, and again, it's like when you get these certain situations where, you have a pitcher come in for 1 out and then he doesn't come in the next inning, that's on Dan Wilson. If you got a guy like Bizzardo coming in for 1 out for 5 to 10 pitches and then that's it, then that hurts us, to have to go with 2 AAA guys late, when you have a 4-1 lead. And again, that's on Dan Wilson. He needs to have better awareness on when to have guys pitch. And sometimes you need to have guys pitch more than 1 inning, especially if a guy's only going for 1 out and he's only pitched 10 pitches. You can let Bizzardo go for 30 or 40. It's okay, but again, that loss was on Dan Wilson 100%. And again, that's why he needs to be fired, and they need to get rid of Dipoto as well, but they won't. Eventually Dan will be the first to go, but who knows how long it'll take before they get rid of him. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and let's see if we can tie this game up or take the lead. Right hands up. Let's go, M's. First pitch from Johnson to Julio. Fouls that one off. Out of play, 0-1 count. Sinker at 92 miles an hour there by Ryan Johnson. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, low and away. Have some plate discipline, Julio. Splitter way off the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. Patience, my guy. Half of the lineup is just way overly aggressive. And that's been a big part of us not being able to hit 5 runs, let alone 4. You know, you got half the lineup that gets into 0-2 counts or that swings at the first 2 pitches, pops up, grounds out. It's just a wasted fucking at-bat. 0-2 pitch, low and away, especially when we're going against good pitching, when we need to get the pitch count up and you bail the pitcher out, you know, by swinging at the first pitch and popping out or grounding out. It's just ridiculous. You think that these pros would learn and not do the same fucking thing over and over and over in a game, but some guys are smarter than others. At least we know that we got JP and Dom that are patient, and hopefully that'll rub off on some of the other guys. Pitch fouled off, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch, high and inside. Sinker 93 miles an hour there by Ryan Johnson. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch, a little dribbler up the middle. And a nice base hit there by Julio Rodriguez. There we go, J-Rod. Now let's see if we can get J-Rod to steal second without getting thrown out. Great job there by Julio Rodriguez. Finally getting a good pitch that he can swing at. Good follow-through swing. And again, we haven't been able to get a lot of baseballs through the infield, but we get one right there in between second and shortstop. Next up in the 3-hole, DHing the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. First pitch to Canzone. Pitch is low and away. Splitter 85 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Good take. Come on, Dom. And I really like the improvement out of Dominic Canzone. It's nice to be able to have a DH that isn't a bigger guy that just, you know, hits home runs or strikes out like Mike Ford or Carlos Santana or Jared Vogelback. You know, we typically had a kind of player that usually would be at DH, and it's nice to be able to have a regular player that can actually play a position, not just DH like Dom, you know, who could play right field or, you know, other positions if needed. And Canzone definitely is one of the better DHs that we've had since Edgar Martinez. 1-1 pitch. High and inside, cutter 90 miles an hour, missing there by Ryan Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first, Julio Rodriguez with no outs. Come on, Mariners. Tie this game up or take the lead. We got to take advantage of this pitcher with a high ERA. Two-one pitch, high and away, splitter just outside. And again, you know, a lot of these Mariner batters would have already struck out by now or popped up or grounded out. And again, 3-1 counts, 3-0 counts is what you're wanting. And the Angels challenge, and that goes and gets overturned. Looks like it just gets the corner. 3-1 count now gets turned into 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. But even with all the things that have gone sideways for this team this year, I still think that we can, you know, win the division or get the wild card or possibly, you know, make a deep run. And double play. Yikes. Little slow dribbler to first. Toe tap on the bag. Throw to second base. And you got a few of the Angel players walking off the field thinking that's out number 3. Pump the brakes a little bit there, Sean Noel and Neto. And normally when you get the double play, it gets hit towards second base and then a throw to first. Not necessarily hit towards first, throw to second, but I guess, you know, we're not the only team with a double play today. Now the Angels get one of their own. First pitch to Randy Arozarena. Did he go around? No, he did not. 1-0 count. Oh, and that pitch hits Randy in the back, and we get at least another runner on board. We'll take it. And Randy Arozarena at first. You know, when it rains, it pours. You just got to get past that adversity. Next up in the 5-hole, first baseman, it's Nails. Josh Naylor. On deck is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. I mean, it could be worse. We could be down 2-0 right now, so we have to be thankful that Young got that home run. And again, you know, you just got to take it one inning at a time. Normally it's not like that, but, you know, this is a very challenging season, to say the least. First pitch fouled up and out of play by Naylor. 0-1 count. All right, 3 more likes to get to 100. We got 180 in the room. We should get there here very shortly. 0-1 pitch, a little dribbler there by Naylor towards third, and he dropped it, yes, and it rolls past him. Go, 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 go. Run, Randy, run. And there we go. Randy Arosarena getting to third, and a blatant error there at third base. We'll take it. And Josh Naylor getting the job done, turning a single into a double. I love it. And Denser Guzman with the error. Beautiful. Great job, Naylor. Too bad Julio got thrown out on that double play. Otherwise, we would have already tied the game up. But Denser Guzman with the error. And next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's see if we can get a 3-run jack or even just a simple RBI single to tie this game up 2-2. Let's go. And again, for every one bad thing that happens, like the double play there, to first base to Julio, then something good can happen, so you always have to be positive and have faith that we're going to be able to, turn it around, and again, it's been a very, very tough, challenging season for a lot of Mariner fans. You realize you have to be mentally tough. You have to be mentally strong to be a fan of a team in Oregon or Washington. And this year, even more so. So for a lot of people, it's too tough for them, to be able to watch, each pitch, each game, each inning, but for us diehards and fanatics, this is what it's about. You're going to have the peaks and the valleys and the highs and the lows. There's going to be losses that are going to sting like last night, but there's going to be wins that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives. 0-1 pitch, a little blooper in the shallow. Drop, drop, drop. Yes, there we go. And Cal Raleigh gets the RBI, goes tag. Yes. And Randy dives in just in time. Let's go. 3-2 Mariners. Not only does Naylor get in, but Randy. I didn't know if he was running fast enough, but he slid in. Throw was not really on point at home. And anytime you can get 2 runners to score back-to-back, on a play that is a little suspect, we'll take it. And just like that, 3-2 M's. Let's go. That's why you got to stay positive, love. You can't overreact, and act like the world is, falling down. Again, things are, very challenging this season, but you have to have that faith. And there we go. Another base knock by Cole Young. Woo! Let's go. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great job here by the Mariners. Great rally with 2 outs. And Cole Young on the first pitch says, Ryan Johnson, who? Let me get a little single. Bang. Great job. Next up is Victor Robles. Here we go. Great to see these bats come alive. Rebecca with a 5-er. Appreciate you. We're at 15 on the Dono train, 85 to go. And again, normally, regardless of the roster that we have, we're typically a 500 team in the first half of the season. And then, is there seasons that we've been 5-10 games up? Yes. But for the most part, at least as of recently, last 5-10 years for the most part, we're usually hovering around 500 or a couple games above or a couple games below. And then once, the All-Star break, happens, usually that's when we turn it up. And it's not just us, it's a lot of teams, but especially us. But nice to be able to see at least one win streak of 8 games that we had. But normally we've, in a normal Mariner year, we've had a few more, but, we've never been this injured before. This is the most injuries that we've had, with star players in a first half of a season ever. So, with all things considered, we could be 15 games below 500. I mean, hell, we could have the record the Angels have and be in last place. We have to be very thankful that we're not. Especially with Dan Wilson at the helm and his decision-making and the lack of depth in the bullpen. First pitch to Robles, takes a big swing and a miss, low and away, 0-1 count. Let's go. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Johnson to Robles. We still got runners at first and second if Victor can come up with some magic. Obviously far from being a home run hitter, but again, if we can get Victor on board, who knows what could happen with Colt Emerson after that. 1-1 pitch, low and away. And Johnson's starting to have a meltdown, and we love it. Sweeper, 81 miles an hour, 2 balls and 1 strike to Victor Robles. 2-1 pitch, fouled off, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. Let's go. Come on, Victor. Exactly. Sean will tell you, just like everyone else, you're going to have the good, bad, and the ugly. I mean, that's a part of being a fan of any team in Oregon or Washington in the Pacific Northwest, And sometimes it takes, 4 or 5 years to build a championship squad. And then, we may not win it all, every single time, but usually, you can get to be a championship caliber team. And then sometimes you got to rebuild, whether we're talking about, hockey or basketball or baseball or football. So 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. I got Emerson on deck. I would love to get to him. Let's see if Victor can get on with a single, unless he's able to get a double or an RBI. Come on, or a walk for that matter. 3-2 pitch. And Victor, hard hit ball, but it's in shallow left. And that is out number 3. So the rally finally stops, but not after. The Mariners, after being down 2-1, get big 2-run production. And now we have a 3-2 lead. Great job, Mariners. Especially when you end up being down 2-0, things sometimes can go sideways after having one of the worst losses of the season last night. But looks like we're putting it behind us, thankfully. And we also have to be blessed that we're not going against a lefty pitcher on the mound as well. Great job there by Cal Raleigh with a single to left, scoring Randy and Josh Naylor. 3-2 Mariners. Beautiful. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Angels. Next up for the Angels, 0 for 1, second baseman Oswald Peraza. Batting second, 0 for 1, center fielder Josh Lowe. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a K, catcher Logan Ohapi. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's go, baby. Great comeback. End of the 4th inning, 3-2 Mariners. 32 subs to go to 24,400. And we gained a couple more subs now. 3 more. 29 subs to go to 24,400. Shout out to our female audience as well as all of our new subs and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. We are at 15 on the Dono train, 85 to go with Spokane and Rebecca showing a lot of love and appreciation. I appreciate you. And let's see where we're at on the likes. We should be over 100 by now. We got 177 in the room, and where are we at? And we are at 111. Great start. $89 to $200. First pitch from Kirby with the sweeper, low and away to Oswald Peraza, 1-0 count. And obviously Kirby, and Wu haven't really been looking that great. So, we're going to need double plays. We're going to need diving grabs. We're going to need good play at first from Josh Naylor. We're going to need good plays, from JP Crawford if it goes to him at third with a accurate throw to Naylor. And we need less ground balls and more pop-ups to Randy and left because, every ground ball that goes to Randy, a single turns into a double turns into a triple. So we need to make sure we limit the damage. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. 1-2 pitch, fouled off, out of play in right field. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. Come on, Kirby. 1-2 pitch, and fouls it off himself, which has been a common theme for a lot of players, including the Mariners. So we got a game today, a game tomorrow, World Cup action on Wednesday. So they're going to have no Mariner game. So that way the traffic doesn't overlap. And then we're going to play the Angels on Thursday. And this is something that usually only happens when the World Cup is in your city and they don't want it to overlap with, traffic and accommodations and whatnot. So, Wednesday off will be a little weird, and then playing obviously the Angels again on Thursday, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the 4th of July weekend, we play the Blue Jays. And I will be there on the 4th of July. That'll be the only stream that I miss here, calling a game on YouTube. for the rest of the year. And again, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Mariners in person, and hopefully I'll be able to get a foul ball. Definitely going to be eating well, and definitely excited about spending time with my best friend. We only get to see each other usually once a month or once every month and a half. And again, when we end up going to sporty events and, going for a nice little road trip together, I know Paisley is going to miss me a lot. But again, I will be back later that day, and, looking forward to getting a walk-in with her before all the fireworks go crazy later that evening. And I've never had In-N-Out before, and he's from California, my best friend. So we are going to be going to In-N-Out on the way back after the game. Looking forward to that. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down he goes. Down goes Peraza, and that is one away. Next up in the 8-hole, center fielder 0 for 1, Josh Lowe. On deck is Logan O'Hoppe. I appreciate that, Rebecca. Appreciate you. We definitely need to be able to have, streamers that bring people together, for their favorite sports teams or whatever the topic is. As we get a line drive that goes past Josh Naylor at first. Run, Victor, run! And that's going to be a stand-up double. At least we know that Robles will throw hard into the infield with a laser. And a big double there for Josh Lowe. Good attempt by Naylor diving for it, but just out of reach. And we've had 2 plays that have been just out of reach for Josh Naylor. Unfortunate. Next up is Logan O'Hoppe. I'm interested to see what kind of memorabilia they have at the stadium, inside the stadium stores as well. I did notice that they are selling Cole Young and Colt Emerson white Mariner jerseys. They're not sewn. They're screen printed, but still kind of cool. Obviously I would rather have a sewn version. They have, kind of different levels, like a 150 jersey, 175 that has some things sewn on it and some that are screen printed, maybe with like a patch that's sewn on and certain things. And then if you want the super authentic, that's usually $300-400. And not every, person can afford that. But, the 175, like the half stitched, half screen printed jerseys, a little bit nicer than the straight screen printed version and whatnot. But, if I were to get a Cole Young or a Colt Emerson, I think I would want to get something other than white, because I already have a Julio that I'm wearing right now. I got a gray Ken Griffey Jr. I got a City Connect Cal Raleigh in that City Connect blue, so I think I would, want maybe a teal, Cole Young, or maybe a blue Colt Emerson, kind of mix up the colors and whatnot. And my buddy's got the cream Julio from, obviously they didn't wear this season, but from last year, but they may bring that back. So, we're just trying to collect as many jerseys as we can. So, but they're not making the teal or the blue of Cole or Colt yet, but I assume after this season, those will be available. At least you would think so. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Getting O'Hoppe. That's huge. After giving up a double. Great job there by Kirby. And that is 2 away. Next up, leadoff hitter. 2 for 2 with 2 runs and an RBI. Obviously, that home run by Zach Neto. And with the Mike Trout injury, that's the main guy that we have to be very careful how we pitch to. Him and Joe Adell. Happy early birthday all day. My mom just had a birthday a few days ago, and it helped us propel to a victory. And hopefully you'll be able to get a victory on your birthday as well. First pitch into Neto. Little dribbler towards third and out of play. Sinker. 0-1 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Yeah, I think the creams are pretty fresh. Hell, even the steelhead jerseys from this year are pretty nice. I don't really think that we have like an ugly or, there's some that are a little bit more eye-popping and eye-catching, like the City Connect and the teal, but I mean, even the traditional white and blue, they still look good, and then obviously we haven't worn the grays in a few years. I would like us to see the sleeveless jerseys that we used to wear in the 90s. I have a Russell Athletic, which is kind of like a Mitchell and Ness type of jersey from King Griffey Jr. in 97, where it comes with the blue matching turtleneck with no sleeves. It's just like a vest, sewn vested jersey. And then you get the blue turtleneck with Mariners on the turtleneck. I'll wear it on the channel at one point. I usually don't wear it, but big swing and a miss there by Neto. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Neto, but it's definitely one of the more expensive jerseys that I have in my collection that I own, and very, very rare. The jersey itself is about $400 or $500, and the turtleneck is extremely rare. It'll go for usually $100 to $200 because you just don't see them. So, but usually don't like wearing stuff like that. I don't want to get a stain on it. Knowing me, if I wore it to a game and I'm eating, a hot dog, I'd get ketchup or mustard all over it or whatever. So. But I may end up wearing it here on stream for you guys at one point or another so you can see it. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second with 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 3-2 Mariners. Two-two pitch. Into the dirt. Good smother job there by Cal Raleigh. Knuckle curve there by Kirby. 84 miles an hour. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs. 3-2 Mariner lead after being down 2-0. And again, we'll take it. Anything that we can do to be able to just, chip away. Getting the Cole Young home run was the start of it. And then Cal Raleigh with a big RBI, being able to score 2 was huge. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Let's go. And after giving up a double, keeping that runner stranded. Good job, George Kirby. There we go. Nice job, Furious George. The last thing that we need is for you to have a meltdown, and hopefully you will not give up any more runs the rest of the game. All right, let's see who's up next for the Mariners, and let's see if we can add on another run or two. What do you say? Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop Colt Emerson. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, third baseman J.P. Crawford. And batting third, 1 for 2, center fielder, it's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up, let's go M's. And really the only piece that we're missing is Brandon Donovan as far as, regular players. And then obviously Brash, as well as Cooper Criswell and Carlos Vargas. We're not going to get access to them until August, which is a damn shame. It has hurt us and has lost us quite a few games with no access to those 3 guys. But, you do have Cade Anderson and Ryan Sloan that you could call up. But the question is when? 29 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 15 on the Dono train because of Spokane and Rebecca. Appreciate you. 85 to go on the Dono train. And let's see where we're at on the likes, how close we are to 150 with 215 in the room. We're at 113. $87 to 200. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Shout out to our female audience, all our new subs, all our OGs, as well as everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. We are global, baby. We broke 6.1 million views on the channel a few weeks ago. Got our single highest donation on the channel, $1,500 from Odin Sun. Shout out to him. You'll see his name down below in the ticker. And until we get someone else to break that record. And it just feels great to be able to have so much love and appreciation, not only for the Seattle Mariners, but for myself and Paisley. First pitch takes a strike, looking to Colt Emerson there from Ryan Johnson, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, a ball to Colt, 1 ball and 1 strike from Johnson to Emerson. One-two pitch, and a line drive into right, drop. Just foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Colt Emerson. Ryan Johnson on the mound. Colt Emerson in the box. Let's go, Colt. One-two pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. to Colt Emerson. Bottom of the fifth, 3-2 Mariners after being down 2-0. We got a solo dinger by Cole Young, making it 2-1. And then we got an RBI single by Cal Raleigh that ended up scoring Randy Arosarena and Josh Naylor. Or at least, yeah, I believe it was a single. Two pitch fouled off, low and away. And a broken bat there by Emerson, just holding the handle. We've seen quite a few broken bats as of late as well, not only for the Mariners, but for the opponents. Bottom of the fifth, 3-2 Seattle after being down 2-0. Great comeback. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Colt Emerson. Hawks in the building. What's good? Appreciate that. Enjoy the ball game. 3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 looking on Colt Emerson. That's tough. And that is 1 away. Jesse in the building. What's good? Third strikeout for Ryan Johnson. Next up, third baseman J.P. Crawford. Drop a bunt down, somebody. And on deck is center fielder Julio Rodriguez. I mean, obviously the guys that have probably the best shot of being safe with a bunt would be JP and Victor Robles, but we'll see. And first pitch, JP, little line drive, but caught. And Wade Meckler hustling to get that ball, and that is 2 up and 2 down. JP flying out to left to Wade Meckler. All right, and we can get, a rally going with 2 outs. We've been very good with 2 outs within the last month. Next up, center fielder, it's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. On deck, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Let's see if Julio can give us some Mariner magic. A little Soto mojo. First pitch, hard hit ball by Julio, but it is foul. Great souvenir there. I mean, anytime you get a Julio or Cal foul ball, lots of people are going to be hustling for those. But, I think the same thing goes for Cole and Colt. Being young guns, I think a lot of people are going to want to try to get a home run or foul ball, early in those guys' careers for sure. I certainly will try to be getting one. But my best friend, he needs to get a ball of his own. He's been to so many games, between the Mariners and the Dodgers, 50, 60, and he's never gotten a ball. I've been to like 9 games and I've gotten 3. So, I think it's my duty, if he doesn't get it on his own, that, if I get one, I got to be able to hook him up, make sure that he can have that feeling of what it's like to get a ball at a game. So 0-2 pitch, and Julio with a little blooper in the shallow center. And that is out number 3. Meckler is there again. And that is the end of the 5th inning. All right, Julio lines out to left, end of the 5th inning, 3-2 Mariners. Let's see who's up next here for the Angels. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Next up in the 2-hole, third baseman, 1 for 2 with an RBI, Denser Guzman. Batting second, 0 for 2, first baseman in the 3-hole, Nolan Shawnuel. And batting third, 1 for 2 in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 29 subs to go to 24,400. And again, less than 600 to get to 25,000. That's going to be really exciting once we hit that number. Hopefully we'll hit that number before the year is over, or right as we go into the new year around that time. We're at 15 on the Dono train, 85 to go. Now let's see where we're at on the likes. We're at 124, 76 to go. Ooh, new dishwasher. All good. I'll hold it down, Mike. End of the 5th inning, 3-2 Mariners. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. Every single stream for the rest of the year will be dedicated to one of my favorites of all time. Besides Dave Niehaus, of course, Rick Riz. We love you. So Guzman singled to right. Neto scored, making it 1-0 in the first. Neto homered in the third, making it 2-0. Started to lose a little bit of faith, but then Cole Young homered in the third, 412 feet to center, making it 2-1. And then we got an amazing rally in the fourth. Cal Raleigh singling to left, scoring Randy and Naylor almost instantaneously. And then we got a 3-2 lead. First pitch into Guzman is a ball, 1-0 count. Low and away sweeper, 85 miles an hour there by George Kirby. Kirby on the mound, Denser Guzman in the box. One-0 pitch. Guzman pops up and out of play. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Kirby on the mound, Guzman in the box. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. 3-2. Mariners lead. Trident's up. 1-1 pitch, a little slow dribbler. Emerson is there. Nice patient throw to Naylor, and that is 1 up and 1 down. Great job there by Colt Emerson. It's just such a pleasant feeling that we have young players that can play offense and defense like Colt Emerson and Cole Young. I mean, I've been dreaming of the day that both of them are on the team. You know, it's been a few years, but they're finally on the team, and it feels really, really good. You know, because I'm a defensive-oriented type of guy as it is, not only in baseball, but in football, basketball, and hockey. You know, just something about defense. You know, everyone can be a great offensive player, you know, but defense, it takes a little bit more, you know, guts and a little bit more effort, you know, to be able to try to stop a player on the opposite side, like in football, or to be able to dig out, you know, plays at others that would maybe be a little lazy. And Randy is there in left field, speaking of lazy on ground balls, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Imagine if Randy actually hustled like Luke Raley in everything that he did. You know, he might end up being a top 20, top 25 player in the game, you know, if he just had effort, you know, and that's kind of the difference. You know, really good hitter, you know, but a lazy outfielder, you know, and again, it's just a damn shame when you got someone that's got that much talent in Randy Arozarena that only wants to, you know, play offense and doesn't really care about defense. First pitch to Jorge Soler, high and away. 0-1 count. And Soler is challenging. Let's see if that ends up hitting the corner or not. 0-1 pitch. And a line drive towards third. JP is there. 1 hopper. Got it! What a throw by JP off the 1 hop. And again, he didn't try to sidearm it. If he would have done that, easily would have been an error or maybe safe, you know, and again, you just got to be able to believe in yourself. And JP doesn't have the strongest arm, you know, especially having to throw from third to first rather than from shortstop to first. But great job there by JP Crawford. Got Colt Emerson there, obviously, you know, doing his thing, you know, on defense, which is great. Then you got Cole Young. And then obviously the original OG on defense, you know, that was good at defense until really this year, JP Crawford. But again, he still has his moments where he can make you smile and make you proud. Great job, JP. Especially playing a new position. Not easy. All right, let's see who's up next for the Mariners, and let's see if we can get to run number 4 and run number 5. Next up for the M's, 0 for 2, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Still being a little cautious by tweaking that hammy. That's why he's not in right field yet. But let's see if he can do something with the bat here in his third at-bat. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a run, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a run, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. And Ferris is coming in now for the Angels. Mitch Ferris. And Mitch is a lefty. And hopefully we'll have just as much success on Ferris, excuse me, than we did on Johnson. All right, so we got to get the Mitch Ferris photo up here before the game starts again. All right, Mitch Ferris, the lefty, is coming in. So let's look at Johnson's final line. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks, 81 pitches, 55 strikes, and he's got his ERA down from 8.84 to 7.40. But now we got the lefty in there, Mitch Ferris, and hopefully we'll rough him up. First pitch to Dominic Canzone is low and away, 1-0 count. Let's go, Dom. One-0 pitch, in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. 1-1 pitch. Takes another strike looking with the 4-seam fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Mitch Ferris to Dominic Canzone. Bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Mariners lead, but we want to be able to get at least a 2-run lead in this game for insurance purposes. Just considering we don't really know who's coming in the bullpen, and we don't know what version of Mooney we're going to get, the good Mooney or the bad. So hopefully the good, especially based on what happened yesterday. We need to get a win today. One-two pitch, low and away. Excuse me. Good take there by Dominic Canzone. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Italian Stallion. Come on, Dom. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball, deep center field, gone. Woo! Let's go! Dominic Canzone in his 3rd at-bat, baby! Let's go! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Way to bring the electricity, Dominic Canzone. 4-2 Mariners. Woo! A little foreshadowing in the photo. Let's go. Next up is Randy Arozarena. This definitely feels like the game that we're going to get over 4. We should have got over 4 in the last game yesterday. Beautiful swing. And again, we talk about how dumb Dan Wilson is, but the one smart thing that Dan did is move Dom into the 3-hole and move Cal to the 6. That was a brilliant move. Bringing in 2 AAA pitchers, Rucker and Simpson, not very smart. But obviously swapping Dom and Cal in the lineup, very, very smart. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Ferris to Arozarena, because not only helped Dom get another at bat, but it also helps Cal, lower in the lineup, considering he's, hasn't really been as good as Dom this season. So, you got to have awareness on who can hit and who can't for your team. And Randy with a dribbler up the middle, throw to first, off the 1 hopper, and that is 1 away. Mando in the building, what's good? Honestly, Canzone should be at the 3-hole for the rest of the year. That should be something that they, no matter how much better Cal gets, even if he starts just raking home run after home run, keep him, in that lineup, somewhere in that, 4, 5, 6 spot. I think you want to make sure you have Dom in that 3. He's earned it. Especially at the end of games, when you have a 9-1-2 or a 1-2-3, you want to make sure that you have your, best hitters available for that potential 5th at bat, not someone that is struggling like Cal, even though Cal's starting to, heat up a little bit. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. One ball and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Come on, Nails. 1-1 pitch. Low and away. Good smother job there by Ohapi. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-2 Seattle. Right ends up. Let's go, Ems. What a home run by the Italian Stallion. Love me some Dominic Canzone. Our best DH since Edgar Martinez. Facts. We haven't had anybody this good in quite a while. No disrespect to, Mike Ford and Jared Vogelback and Carlos Santana and guys like that either strike out or home run. But, Dom can get singles and doubles, and that's one thing that a lot of those other guys couldn't do. And he can actually play, a position out in the outfield, which some of those guys may or may not be able to do. 3-1 pitch, low and away. Great at-bat there by Naylor, and that is a 5-pitch walk. Let's go. Mando with a tour. Every dollar counts. Appreciate you. We're at 17 on the Dono train, 83 to go. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, already one of the heroes today. Let's see if Cal can get another RBI or maybe even hit a home run of his own. Let's go, Cal. Next home run he hits would be number 9 on the year, pacing for 20 to 25 home runs. And stolen bag attempt and safe. Great job there by Josh Naylor. Here we go. This could be the inning where we get our 5th run for the first time, and it feels like in years. We got Naylor at second with only 1 out. Let's go. And we already, have hit into a double play, so we don't need to do that anymore. Come on, Cal. 0-1 pitch, takes a strike right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. But Cal has already been, money today, getting that RBI single to left, scoring Randy and Josh Naylor. So, but again, getting a home run or another big hit would be great. 0-2 pitch, low and away. But a lot of times when Cal gets into an 0-2 count, he usually doesn't get a hit. Normally it's like 3-0, 3-1 is a little bit more favorable. Not to say that he can't climb out of this in a 1-2 count. He can, but hopefully he can here. 1-2 pitch. Low and into the dirt. Good thing not chasing at that garbage. That goes into the dirt, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Or 2 Mariners. Let's go. After being down 2-0, no problem. Pitches high and away. There by Mitch Ferris. Good take there by Cal. And now after being in an 0-2 count, 3-2 count for Cal Raleigh. Take the walk if it's there, Cal. Good patient at-bat for Cal Raleigh here. And we haven't said that a lot about, patient at-bats for guys like Julio and Cal and Randy and Naylor, but they're starting to. 3-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Cutter fools him, and that is 2 away. I mean, he would have struck out if he wouldn't have swung at that anyways. All right, let's see if Cole Clutch Young can end up getting another hit. He's having a great game here today with a home run and a single. Let's see if Cole Young can go 3 for 3, baby. Hard hit ball, deep right field, back, gone! First multi-homer game for Cole Young. Wow! And that is why Cole Young is my favorite player on this team. Offense, defense, he does it all. 6-2 Mariners, let's go! Unbelievable. First multi-homer game in Cole Young's career, and it won't be the last. 3 for 3 day, 406 feet, Naylor on board, 6-2 Seattle. Woo! We broke our streak, and Cole Young does something that he's never done in a Mariner uniform before. 2 home runs in a game. Wow. Unbelievable. Robles with a slow dribbler. Throw to first, and that is out number 3. Let's go. Unbelievable. Bash with a tenor. And definitely the next jersey I buy, whenever that be, it will definitely be Cole Young. Beautiful. All of it. 406 feet. I mean, that was a really deep home run. And not only that, it would have been great if it was just a solo dinger, for him to hit 2 home runs in a game. But just the simple fact that Naylor was on board to give us that extra insurance after what happened yesterday and one of the worst losses of the year, besides that Padre game where we gave up 4 or 5 runs and lost. in the ninth with Ferrer and Mooney. Yesterday's loss was right up there with that Padre loss. And then to come out like this after being down 2-0 and now we're up 6-2, amazing. That's all I can say, baby. Cole Clutch Young getting the job fucking done. And again, that's why I love two-way players. Guys like Julio, guys like Cal, but most importantly, guys like Cole Young and guys like Colt Emerson as far as the CNC factory. I love guys that put out the effort on offense and defense, and obviously that puts people like this on a level that's a little bit different where you're good at offense and you're not very good at defense, and that's why I'll never buy a Randy Arozarena jersey or, really have him as one of my favorites. But Cole Young, unfucking believable. Great job. 3-for-3 day with 2 home runs, solo dinger, 2-run jack, 6-2 Seattle. I love Mariner baseball, baby. Next up for the Angels in the top of the 7th, 1-for-2 with a K, left fielder Wade Meckler. Batting second in the 6th hole, 0-for-2 right fielder Joe Adell. And batting third, 0-for-2 with a K, second baseman Oswald Peraza. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Unbelievable. 28 subs to go to 24,400. We're at 17 on the Dono train, 83 to go. And we're at 140 likes, 60 to 200. Oh, 1 pitch, line drive to Julio. No fly zone there for Julio Rodriguez, and that is 1 away. Good job there by Julio. Michael with a 10er. Appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, Michael. All right, we're at 37 on the Dono train, 63 to go. Next up is Joe Adell. First pitch is high and inside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and at the knees. 1-1 pitch, check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 4-seam fastball, high and inside. 95 miles an hour there by Kirby. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Joe Adell. Trident's up. Let's go M's. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Adell. 2-2 pitch. And Adell pops it up. Shallow center field. Julio is there. And that is 2 away. No fly zone in full effect. And again, I wouldn't want to have any other player on the Mariners playing center field than Julio Rodriguez. Great job, Julio. Next up in the 7 hole, second baseman Oswald Peraza. And they need to start making sewn Cole Young jerseys. Same thing with Colt Emerson. I mean, they need to start busting them out. White, teal, blue, City Connect, cream, steelhead, all of them. Little dribbler, throw to first, and that is 2 away. And 2 away turns into 3 away. 9 pitches, 3 outs. Good job there by George Kirby. And let's look at Kirby's pitch count. Where is he at? Kirby's only had 79 pitches. So technically Kirby could even go into the 8th inning, believe it or not. And we'll see if they end up doing that. I mean, why not, right? Let him go. Kirby has struggled this year, like woo. And if they're actually having a pretty good game, let him go. We know our bullpen stinks right now with the lack of depth. You know, no Vargas, no Criswell, no Brash. And then, you know, if we already have pitched Bizzardo and Spire and Ferrer, then you have to go to AAA guys. You know, Hoppy's in AAA right now, but then you have Simpson, who blew it yesterday with Rucker. And then you have Nick Davila. I don't know why they didn't go with him yesterday, you know, rather than the other 2. But, you Cade Anderson is a hell of a lot better than Hoppy, Rucker, Simpson, or any of those other guys, and he's in AA, So, again, even Ryan Sloan is better than those guys. So I hope that they're smart enough to call those guys up sooner than later because we're going to need the help. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And let's see if we get a few more runs on the board. What do you say? Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Time for Colt to get his first hit of the game. Why not a home run? Shortstop, the phenom, Colt Emerson. Let's go, Colt. Single, double, triple, home run. Let's get it. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a K. Third baseman, J.P. Crawford. Drop a bunt down, get a hit. Let's go, J.P. And batting third, 1 for 3, center fielder, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Rick Riz, he is loving it. 6-2 Mariners after being down 2-0. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Fantastic comeback after yesterday's meltdown. All right, we're at 143 likes. 57 at 200, and we got 205 in the room. First pitch with the slider in there for a strike to Emerson. 0-1 count. Let's go, Colt. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Shallow center field. And that is 1 away. Down goes Colt. Hopefully he'll get a hit in his last at-bat. Next up, third baseman J.P. Crawford. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. They got to start making these Cole Young jerseys. Pump them out. Got to have more than just a screen print white a jersey available. And even that jersey is hard to find unless you're at the stadium. Hard hit ball by JP, but line drive into right to Joe Adele, and that is 2 away. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Mitch Ferris on the mound. Julio Rodriguez in the box. First pitch takes a strike looking right down the middle with a four-seam fastball. 0-1 count. I mean, everyone's going to know Cole about his defense first, but if he can start getting his stats up and do the things like he's doing today on a more regular basis, he's going to be in the All-Star game sooner than later. And not only that, he won't be just like a backup. He'll end up starting, for the American League in a couple years if he can keep up, the progression and just get better and better each year. And that'll be an amazing thing to see. Definitely my favorite player on the team right now. Love his defense, but man, the bat is really starting to come alive. 0-2 pitch, and there for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Ferris to Rodriguez. One-two pitch. Yeah, if you go to the Mariners team store, they got quite a few new 50th anniversary hats and also hats from a few years ago. Whether it's Proback, or obviously snapback. And there's quite a few ones that are pretty fucking stylish. I was looking on the website last night. I don't really have a whole lot of extra, money to go towards that at the moment, but, definitely saw a few that I wouldn't mind, pulling the trigger on and getting, at least at some point down the road. So count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 3-2 pitch, low and away, and Julio forcing a walk. Great job there by Julio. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Let's see if Dom can hit another home run. Can we get 2 guys to hit 2 home runs in the same game? We haven't done that in a long time. Let's go, Dom. First pitch to Canzone in there for a strike. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes from Mitch Ferris to Dominic Canzone. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first, Julio, forcing the walk just moments ago with 2 outs. 0-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking. That's tough. And that is out number 3. Ooh, that's a good score. And I'm looking forward to getting the bucket hat on the 4th of July. I mean, I'm not really a bucket hat type of guy, but I mean, if the Mariners are going to give it away, and, you know, again, I've gotten, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons we go on the 4th of July, because they give away a hat every single 4th of July. But besides the hat, you know, I like to go on bobblehead days. Those are the 2 days that I like to go the most, when they give away a hat or when they give away a bobble. But bobble usually is number 1 for me, but, you know, but we haven't been able to go because I have to take care of Paisley. I got to be a responsible dog father to my dog daughter, so I can't go for like a, you know, 2-day, you know, stay in a hotel and go for 2 or 3 games like we used to. So, you know, I got to be responsible and a good dog daddy. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th and see who's next up for the Angels. Next up for the Angels, 1 for 2 in the 8-hole, center fielder Josh Lowe. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, catcher Logan Ohapi. And batting third, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, an RBI and a K, shortstop Zach Neto, who had a home run earlier, and hopefully that'll be the only home run today. Trident's up. Let's go M's. What a performance today. Finally got over the hump. And not only did we get to, you know, over 4, but we actually got to 6 today, and we may not be done. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 27 subs to go to 24,400. And we're at 148 on the likes, 52 to 200. I still got Kirby out there in the 8th inning, which is great since his pitch count is low. We've obviously had the opposite happen to us, where we've had a pitcher go 8 innings on us because we were impatient in the box. So it's just great to be able to have it go the other way now, because that pitch is fouled off, and we got Bizzardo and Ferrer warming up. Top of the 8th inning, 6-2 Mariners. And for Kirby to give up the 2 runs within the first 3 innings and nothing since is great. And into the gap, off the wall. Julio is there. Strong throw to second, and safe. And a nice double off the wall by Josh Lowe. Thankfully, that wasn't a home run. And next up is Logan Ohapi. He's at 82 pitches. You got to think that he's getting close to being done. And that missed being a home run by maybe a foot. All right, come on, Kirby. Settle down and settle in. And first pitch to Ohapi, popped him up. Naylor is there in foul territory. And that is 1 away. Good job there by Naylor. Love me some Josh Naylor. Next up is Zach Neto. On deck is Denser Guzman. Top of the 8th inning, runner at second with 1 out. 6-2 Seattle after being down 2-0. We scored 6 unanswered, and it feels good, baby. First pitch with the sweeper, low and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss with the changeup, 90 miles an hour there by Kirby. I like that. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at second with 1 out. Top of the 8th, 6-2 Mariners. Multi-homer game for Cole Young, first time in his career. And we got a home run by Dominic Canzone. Great to be able to see us, battle back after that horrible loss yesterday. And maybe this will start a win streak for us. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Neto. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Two-one pitch, low and at the knees. Sinker just missing there by Kirby. And it's being challenged. Cal is challenging this pitch. And it is a ball. Cal has been pretty good with his challenges as of late, but doesn't get that one. Count now is 3 balls, 1 strike, runner at second, low with 1 out. Top of the 8th, 6-2 Mariners. And again, great to be able to see our starting pitcher go, this deep into a game here in the top of the 8th. And hasn't given up a run since the 3rd inning. Great job by Kirby. Considering how his season has gone, him and Wu have been a little disappointing. And again, we want them to get back on track. And Neto is walked. And now we got runners at first and second with 1 out. He's at 88 pitches. And there's that bucket hat right there that Bryce Miller is wearing that I'm going to get. And again, I'm not usually a big bucket hat guy, but I'm kind of excited for that. And I'm really looking forward to getting something that I don't have. I got a lot of memorabilia of the Mariners, but I have no bucket hats. And I kind of like the 4th of July theme as well. So, which I got this hat on the 4th of July 2 years ago against the Orioles. I got another hat that I wear once in a blue moon that's in the closet from last year. And then we'll get that bucket hat here on the 4th of July. So. All right, we've got runners now at first and second with 1 out. Let's see if we can get a slow dribbler up the middle for a double play to get Kirby out of this inning. And they still got Ferrer and Bizzardo in the pen. First pitch to Guzman, fouls it off, 0-1 count. Definitely have a very talented pitching staff and bullpen, even though things have not gone our way all the time, this year, but we're top 6 in both, categories. So it could be a lot worse. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away, sweeper 88 miles an hour by George Kirby. No balls and 2 strikes to Denzel Guzman. Get him, Kirby. 0-2 pitch, low and away, just missing the sweeper there. Good smother job there by Cal. 88 mile an hour sweeper missing by Kirby. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, 6-2 Mariners. Trident's up. 1-2 pitch, low and away, sweeper missing again. Same location, same speed, 88 miles an hour, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. From Kirby to Guzman. Two-two pitch. That should be strike 3 looking. There it is. Beautiful sinker, low and away, right on the corner, and that is strike 3. Beautiful. And that's 2 away. All right, last but not least, first baseman, 3-hole hitter, Nolan Shonowell, 0 for 3. Let's keep it that way. First pitch from Kirby, big swing and a miss on the knuckle curve, 0-1 count. Let's go, Kirby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-1 pitch from Kirby, high and away, 4-seam fastball just missing. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kirby to Shonowell. Top of the 8th, runners at first and second with 2 outs. Mariners up 6-2 after being down 2-0. Multi-homer game by Cole Young and a dinger by Dominic Canzone as well. 1-1 pitch from Kirby. Popped up and out of play, and we are 1 strike away from Kirby finishing this 8th inning, which would be a great accomplishment for him considering how things have gone. He's at 95 pitches. Keep it under 100 and you're good to go. He's got 6 Ks. He has given up 7 hits, but he hasn't given up a run since the 3rd inning. Great job. Come on, George. Finish strong, Kirby. Top of the 8th. Runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Smoke them. 1-2 pitch to Shonowell. Low and into the dirt. Sweeper missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Shonowell. Come on, George. Yeah, Trout is out. He won't be playing in the series, which is good for us. He's on the 10-day IL. Two-two pitch from Kirby. Popped up. Oh! And JP dove for it, but couldn't get to it. Dove into the wall and just couldn't get to it. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Shonowell. That would have been a hell of a way to end the inning there, but great effort by JP. You would never see Randy do something like that. I like people that will sacrifice their body for the team. 2-2 pitch. Little dribbler and fouled it off himself behind the plate. Sweeper 88 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Kirby's at 98 pitches. Hopefully he can get it done before it hits 100. Come on, George. And he's had some pretty good success against the Angels. You know, he's able to, get into that 10 to 14K range in the past. Two-two pitch from Kirby. Steps off the mound. Paisley's in here now. Lay down. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Tag him. Woo! Let's go. Great job there by George Kirby. And again, that's the George Kirby that we all know and love, and again, we've seen, glimpses of the good Kirby and the good Woo. But again, we've also seen some really bad performances from Kirby and Woo this year as well. But great job by George. And let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning and see if we can add on a few more. Next up, 0 for 2 with a run, left fielder Randy Arosarena. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 runs and a base on ball, first baseman Josh Naylor. And batting third, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a K, catcher Big Dumper Cal Raleigh. I'm going to go get Paisley a snack while we get ready for this bottom of the 8th inning. Let's go. Trident's up. All right, got Paisley a snack. We are back. 6-2 Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 27 subs to go to 24,400. Shout out to all our female audience, as well as all our new OGs and new subs, as well as everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Let's see where we're at on the likes. And we're at 153, 47 to go. And we're at 38 on the Dono train, 62 to go. First pitch from Ferris to Rosarina. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. And a little line drive to third. Throw to first. And that is 1 away. Next up in the 5 hole, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Let's go, Nails. Awesome job by George Kirby. You know, again, we have so much talent on this team. It's just ridiculous. We just have had so many injuries and poor managing and poor base running and at times poor hitting, poor bullpen, you know, but again, we've also had a really good bullpen at times and really good pitching at times. And today is one of those days where the hitting has been spectacular. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Ferris to Naylor. And we haven't seen George smile a whole lot this year. I mean, he hasn't really had a whole lot to smile about, but today, definitely a day that he can smile from ear to ear. 2-0 pitch, hard hit ball by Naylor into deep center field. Back to the wall. Oh, what a catch. And that is 2 away. Low robbing Naylor there. Potentially a double off the wall. And next up is the big dumper and the 6 hole, catcher Cal Raleigh. On deck is Cole Clutch Young. If Cal can get on, Cole might have a chance to go 4 for 4 today. You know, and again, imagine if he hit another home run and had a 3 home run day. Let's see if Cal can force a walk or just get a single so we can at least have that chance. Come on, Cal. 1-0 pitch, check swing, goes foul. 4-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ferris to Raleigh. You know, and I love when guys go 3 for 3 because, you know, you want to be able to see, you know, if they can do something that you haven't seen before or you haven't seen in a while, you know. And again, if you go 3 for 3, you might go 4 for 4, you know. Or have one of those days where Dominic Canzone went 5 for 5 and had those 3 home runs last year. You know, Cole could have something similar today. 1-1 pitch, but it's only going to happen if Cal can get on base with a walk or a hit. Big swing and a miss there for the big dumper. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, 6-2 Mariners. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Ferris to Raleigh. Come on, Cal. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Take the walk, Cal, if it's there. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. I want to see Cole Young have one more swing at it. See if he can go 4 for 4 and hit 3 home runs in a day. 3-2 pitch. Fuck. Strike 3 looking. Cal's going to challenge. And let's pray, fingers crossed, that it ends up being a ball. And it's strike 3. So we will not get a chance to see Cole Young go potentially 4 for 4. But again, 3 for 3 with 2 home runs is a spectacular day. We haven't had too many days like that from any player on the Mariners. So, all right, let's go and see who's up here for the Angels in the top of the 9th. Next up for the Angels, 1 for 3 in the 4 hole, DHing Jorge Soler. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a K, left fielder Wade Meckler. And batting third, 0 for 3, right fielder in the 6 hole, Joe Adele. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. And I assume this will be Andres Munoz. Beautiful day for George Kirby. 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 100 pitches, 70 strikes, 3.81 ERA. Great job, George. And Ferrer is coming in instead of Mooney. Hopefully that's the right choice. $156 likes, 44 to 200. And let's hope that Jose Ferrer will be locked in if they're going to go with him over Mooney. But Jose Ferrer was a closer for half of the year when he was on the Washington Nationals before we got him in the trade for Harry Ford last year. So for Jose to finish out a game is nothing new to him. All right, Dan Wilson, let's hope that this is the right decision over Andres Munoz, which we know Mooney has been good and bad, but lately he's been good. And let's hopefully that Ferrer will be good here to finish off this game. Great day to be a Mariner fan, considering we had one of our worst losses of the year yesterday. It's right up there with that Padre loss when Ferrer and Mooney gave up 5 runs in the 9th, and we lost that game. Those were the 2 worst losses, in my opinion, of the year. Yesterday, and then that Padre loss in San Diego earlier in the year. So, it feels really good. And it's great to see Cole Young and Dominic Canzone go yard. Cole twice and Dom once. It's just awesome. And Kirby pitched really good today, even though he gave up 7 hits. 1-0 pitch, another ball there to Jorge Soler. 2 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Soler. Two-0 pitch and another ball. Come on, Jose. 3 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Soler. 3-0 pitch. Finally takes a strike. Sinker 96 miles an hour. As Soler just stood there, assuming it would be ball 4. 3 balls and 1 strike to Jorge Soler. 3-1 pitch. Fouls that one off into right field, out of play. Sinker 96 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and no outs. Top of the 9th, 6-2 Seattle. Three-two pitch. And that's going to be ball 4. And Jorge Soler with a walk in his first batter. Not ideal. Come on, Jose. Jose Siri coming in. So Meckler was going to add that, but now Jose Siri, the former Met, is coming in. First pitch to Siri is in there for a strike. That's better. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Low and at the knees. Sinker 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first with no outs. Top of the 9th, 6-2 Mariners. Trident's up. Let's go M's. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss on Jose Siri. I like that. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. Let's see if we can get a punch out and a double play, or a double play and a punch out. Let's go. Come on, Ferrer. And they got Mooney warming up, just in case. One-two pitch. And that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Siri. Is he going to challenge? I think it might have gotten the corner. Let's see if it gets the corner, please. Yes! Woo! There we go. And down goes Siri. And that is 1 away. Nice job there, Ferrer. Finally, after walking the first batter, getting Siri to strike out looking, the former Met. And now next up is Joe Adele. First pitch to Adele is low and at the knees, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, low at the knees again. Sinker 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Adele. Paisley is in here watching the action as well, enjoying the Mariner 6-2 lead. Hopefully it stays that way. 2-0 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And he did. 2 balls and 1 strike from Ferrer to Adele. Ferrer doesn't really look that great out there, but hopefully it'll be just enough for us to finish this ball game. 2-1 pitch. And that was a good pitch. Finally hitting the strike zone right down the middle. I like that. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a runner at first with 1 out. Top of the ninth, 6-2 Mariners. Trident's up. Let's go M's. And if there was ever a game that we needed to be able to respond with a victory this season, it's this one. 2-2 pitch. Outside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Joe Adele. Come on, Ferrer. 3-2 pitch. Little dribbler towards first. Shit. And it dribbles in for a hit. And now we got 1 out and 2 on. Maybe should have brought in Mooney instead. But again, that's Dan Wilson for you. You know, it seems like he's always choosing the wrong guy. Not to say that Mooney could have given up, 2 hits as well. But based on how Mooney has pitched lately, chances are he probably would have done better than this. Next up is Oswald Peraza. We need a double play. Let's go. Ferrer can't hit the strike zone if his life depended on it. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. Pull him. Bring in Mooney. But Cal's going to have a mound visit with him to see if they can get him settled down, but they got Naylor, Cal, and Ferrer huddling up, trying to get him motivated to get these last 2 outs. Ferrer on the mound, Peraza in the box with a 1-0 count, with runners at first and second and 1 out. 1-0 pitch, and it looks like that mound visit worked. At least he got him a strike there. Pitch right on the corner inside. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at first and second and 1 out. 1-1 pitch. Little dribbler up the middle. Double play for the game. Got it! Let's go! Double play, baby! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Ferrer didn't look that great, but at least we got the great defense in that double play. Final score, Mariners 6, Angels 2. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win, Mariners win, Mariners win. Fuck yeah. All right, let's go over the stats. Start off with the Angels first. All right, Zach Neto, 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. He had a good game for the Angels, kind of taking over the Mike Trout role while he's injured. Densair Guzman, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Nolan Shawnoel, 0 for 4. Jorge Soler, 1 for 3. Wade Meckler, 1 for 3. Joe Adele, 1 for 4. Oswald Peraza, 0 for 4. Josh Lowe with a good game, 2 for 3. And Logan O'Hoppe, 0 for 3. And then for the Mariners, JP Crawford, 0 for 4. He'll get a hit tomorrow, hopefully. Julio Rodriguez, 1 for 3. Dominic Canzone, 1 for 4 with a big home run. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Randy Arozarena, 0 for 3 with a run. Josh Naylor, 0 for 3 with 2 runs. Cal Raleigh, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Cole Young, the player of the game, 3 for 3, 3 RBIs and 2 home runs. His first multi-homer game in his career. Awesome. My favorite player on the team right now. Victor Robles 0 for 3, and Colt Emerson 0 for 3. And also, we have to make sure we showcase George Kirby. 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Didn't give up a run since the 3rd inning. 100 pitches, 70 strikes, 3.81 ERA. And Kirby ends up getting the win, so now he's at 500. Great, 7-7. And then Johnson ends up getting the loss, going to 1-3. And this is what Mariner baseball is all about. You know, when you end up going through those peaks and valleys, and then you end up having a terrible loss, terrible managed game by Dan Wilson yesterday, and a fantastic game by George Kirby, Dominic Canzone, and the MVP today, Cole Clutch Young. I will be live tomorrow, same time, same place, 6:40 Pacific. And then on Wednesday, they have a day off because of the World Cup. And then we're right back at it on Thursday playing the Angels. And then obviously Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be against the Blue Jays on the 4th of July weekend. So hopefully we can beat up the Angels and beat up the Blue Jays and get back into first place in the American League West. Final score, Mariners 6, Angels 2. And shout out to all the new subs, all of the individuals that donated today. Appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, Tridents up, and go Mariners.